Hello students and learners, welcome to the Brainbox Tutorials. I am your teacher Priyanka, and this time I have brought chemistry MCQs on the chapters which are going to come in semester 2 examinations for ICSE class 10 this year. So the chapters are metallurgy, organic compounds, in which you will get hydrogen chloride gas and hydrochloric acid, ammonia, nitric acid and sulfuric acid. And the third chapter is carbon compounds. Okay, so I have 50 MCQs on these three chapters, as this is the last day of the preparation of chemistry exam, because tomorrow you have, that is on 13th, you have chemistry exam. So I hope you have prepared well for the chemistry paper, and let us see by solving these MCQs whether your preparation is good or you will have to recap the chapters again. You can pause the video after you read the question and option. Pause the video and choose the correct option according to you, which one is the correct option, and write it in your exercise book, and then play the video to see whether the answer is correct or not. In this way you can also score marks. Let us see if every MCQ carries 1 mark. So this So take it as a paper of 50 marks. Let us see how many marks do you get, and write to me in the comment box how many marks do you get in this. Let us start with our first one. First question, duralumin is an alloy of, now options are number A, aluminium and copper, number B, copper and tin, Sn, that is tin, C, aluminium and Ag, that is silver, and last one, aluminium and ferrous. The correct option is A, aluminium and copper. Number 2, a metallic oxide which is amphoteric in nature. The oxides which are amphoteric in nature reacts with acid as well as base to produce salt and water. So here options are number A, copper oxide, number B, manganese oxide, number C, sodium oxide, and number D, zinc oxide. In these, the correct option will be D, zinc oxide. There are many other amphoteric oxide like aluminium oxide, lead oxide. You must have read about all these. Now number 3, a metal which lacks malleability. The options are number A, copper, number B, aluminium, number C, zinc, and number D, iron. And the correct option is number C, zinc. Question number 4. The purification of bauxite is done by, options are number A, calcination, number B, roasting, number C, smelting, and number D, Hall's process. The correct option is number D, Hall's process. In metallurgy chapter, you know the extraction of aluminium, Hall-Héroult process, Bayer's process, that is extraction of aluminium and then refining of aluminium, both are very important. Now number 5, the main ore used for the extraction of iron is, options are number A, hematite, number B, calamine, number C, bauxite, and number D, cryolite. And the correct option is A, hematite. Question number 6. Heating an ore in a limited supply of air or in the absence of air at a temperature just below its melting point is known as, option A, smelting, option B, ore dressing, number C, calcination, and D, besmerization. The correct option will be C, calcination. Now coming to number 7, the reason for using aluminium in the alloy duralumin is, option A, aluminium is brittle, option B, aluminium gives strength, option C, aluminium brings lightness, and option D, aluminium lowers melting point. And the correct option is number C, aluminium brings lightness. Now moving over to number 8. The unwanted earthly impurities associated with ore is called, options are number A, gangue, number B, flux, number C, ore, and number D, stag. And the correct option is option A, gangue. Now moving over to number 9, why aluminium powder is used in thermic welding? Options are number A, it is a strong oxidizing agent. Number B, it is a strong reducing agent. Number C, it has a high melting point. And number D, it has a low melting point. See, all these questions are coming from the chapter metallurgy. Here option B, it is a strong reducing agent, will be the correct option. Now moving over to number 10. Formula of cryolite is option A, Na3AlF6, option B, Al2O3, option C, CaF2, and option D, AlOH3. And the correct option is A, Na3AlF6. See, option B will be alumina, number C will be fluorospar, and number D is aluminium hydroxide. Okay, now coming to number 11. Carbon anodes are replaced from time to time in the process of extraction of aluminium because option A, they get heated soon, option B, they facilitate the removal of the molten aluminium, option C, they get oxidized to carbon dioxide, and option D, they are non-conductor of electricity. And here the correct option is C, they get oxidized to CO2. Coming to number 12, a salt which is soluble in hot water but insoluble in cold water. Options are option A, lead nitrate, PbNO3 twice, option B, HClO, hypochlorous acid, option C, PbCl2, lead chloride, and option D, KCl, potassium chloride. And the correct option is option C, lead chloride. Number 13, mixture of concentrated nitric acid 1 part and concentrated hydrochloric acid 3 parts is known as number A, mineral acid, number B, aqua regia, number C, organic acid, and number D, none of these. Now the correct option is option B, aqua regia. Aqua regia is also known as royal water. Now moving over to number 14. The aim of fountain experiment is to prove that option A, HCl turns blue litmus red, option B, HCl is denser than air, option C, HCl is highly soluble in water, and option D, HCl fumes in moist air. And the correct option is option C, HCl is highly soluble in water. In fact, one more gas is used for fountain experiment, and that is ammonia. So this question can come for ammonia also. Now moving over to question number 15. Quicklime is not used to dry HCl because quicklime, that is CaO, calcium oxide, because option A, CaO is alkaline, option B, CaO is acidic, option C, CaO is neutral, and option D, CaO is not a drying agent. The correct option is option A, CaO is alkaline. Number 16, name the gas which reacts with HCl gas to give white fumes. And the options are A, chlorine, B, oxygen, C, sulfur dioxide, and D, ammonia. This is easier one. Correct option is ammonia, and white fumes of ammonium chloride is evolved. Now let us do number 17. Gas released when sodium sulfite reacts with dilute HCl. Options are chlorine gas, Cl2, B is SO3, that is sulfur trioxide, C, SO2, sulfur dioxide, and D, H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide gas. And the correct option is C, SO2, sulfur dioxide gas. In fact, any metal sulfite when reacts with acid, it will evolve sulfur dioxide. Now moving on to number 18, gas evolved when manganese dioxide, that is MnO2, reacts with concentrated hydrochloric acid. The gas, remember, greenish yellow gas is evolved. So this is a hint for you. Now let us see which one is greenish yellow gas. Option A, Cl2, that is chlorine gas. Option B, CO2, carbon dioxide. Number C, O2, oxygen gas. Number D, H2, that is hydrogen gas. And the correct option is A, Cl2, that is chlorine gas. Now number 19, the ratio of volume of nitrogen and hydrogen in Haber's process is option A, 3:1, option B, 1:3, option C, 2:1, and option D, 1:2. And the correct option is option B, 1:3. Number 20, when NH3, that is ammonia, is passed through CuSO4 solution, copper sulfate solution, the color of the precipitate formed is option A, blue, option B, green, option C, white, and option D, red. And the correct option will be blue. Copper hydroxide is formed, that is of blue color. Now 21. The salt solution which does not react with ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH, that is number A, calcium nitrate, number B, zinc nitrate, number C, lead nitrate, and number D, copper nitrate. And the correct option is A, calcium nitrate. Now let us do number 22. Ammonia reacts with excess chlorine to form option A, nitrogen, that is N2, nitrogen gas. Option B, nitrogen trichloride, that is NCl3. Option C, ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl. And D is ammonium nitrate, that is NH4NO3. And the correct option will be nitrogen trichloride, that is option B. Now number 23, ammonia gas is collected by option A, upward displacement of water, option B, upward displacement of air, option C, downward displacement of water, and D, downward displacement of air. Now see here, correct option will be D, that is downward displacement of air. See, A and C are automatically eliminated because you must know that ammonia gas is highly soluble in water. So we cannot use water for the collection of ammonia gas. Now left is upward and downward displacement of air. That you will have to think whether ammonia is heavier than air or lighter than air. So because ammonia is lighter than air, that is why downward displacement of air. Coming to question number 24, the chemical used in brown ring test is option A, copper sulfate CuSO4, option B, FeSO4, that is ferrous sulfate, option C, Fe2SO4 that is ferric sulfate, and option D, ZnSO4, that is zinc sulfate. And correct option is option B, FeSO4. Remember, freshly prepared ferrous sulfate is used. Now number 25, the gas which gives reddish brown fumes is option A, O2 oxygen gas, option B, CO2 carbon dioxide, option C, NO2 nitrogen dioxide gas, and D is Cl2 chlorine gas. And the correct option is C, NO2 nitrogen dioxide gas. Now number 26, the color of commercial nitric acid is yellow due to the presence of option A, N2, option B, NO2, option C, H2, and option D, N2O. N2O is nitrous oxide. So which one is the correct option? Option B will be the correct option, NO2. Commercial nitric oxide is yellow, but pure nitric acid is colorless. Now moving on to question number 27. The catalyst used in oxidation of ammonia is option A iron, option B platinum, option C nickel, and option D hydrogen. Remember, you will pause the video, choose the correct option, write it, and then play the video to see the correct option. Now here the correct option will be platinum B. Number 28, a nitrate which leaves behind no residue on heating, that is A ammonium nitrate, B lead nitrate, C calcium nitrate, and D zinc nitrate. Think about it. Okay, the correct option is A ammonium nitrate. Now moving on to number 29. An all glass apparatus is used in the laboratory preparation of nitric acid because option A HNO3, that is nitric acid, is a strong oxidizing agent. Option B HNO3 is very corrosive in nature. Option C HNO3 is volatile in nature. Option D HNO3 is a mineral acid. And the correct option here is B, HNO3 is very corrosive in nature. See, all four options are right characteristic of HNO3, but here the question is asked why glass apparatus is used, and for that the answer will be that HNO3 is very corrosive in nature and it reacts with cork, rubber, etc. It also damages those materials. Now number 30. The catalyst used in contact process is option A copper, option B iron, option C vanadium pentoxide, and option D manganese dioxide. And the correct option is vanadium pentoxide, that is V2O5. Contact process is production of H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. Now question number 31. In the given equation, identify the role played by concentrated H2SO4. See, the reaction is given CuSO4.5H2O in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 is making CuSO4 plus 5H2O. Now the options are A dehydrating agent, B oxidizing agent, C non-volatile solid, and D none of these. And the correct option is dehydrating agent. See here, water has been removed from copper sulfate. So it was a hydrated salt and now it has become anhydrous. Number 32. When dilute H2SO4 reacts with iron sulfide, the gas evolved is option A hydrogen sulfide, option B sulfur dioxide, option C sulfur trioxide, and option D oxygen. Think of it, H2SO4 reacting with iron sulfide, that is FeS. What will it produce? That is option A hydrogen sulfide. This is the correct option. Now 33. Oleum is also known as option A pyrosulfuric acid, option B anhydrous sulfuric acid, option C oil of vitriol, option D none of these. Correct option is pyrosulfuric acid. Remember, in contact process, sulfuric acid is prepared from sulfur trioxide in two steps. Not directly from SO3 to H2SO4, but first it is converted into pyrosulfuric acid, that is oleum, and then converted into sulfuric acid. Now number 34. The acid which can produce carbon from cane sugar is A concentrated hydrochloric acid, B concentrated sulfuric acid, C concentrated nitric acid, and D concentrated acetic acid. And the correct option is B concentrated sulfuric acid. Now number 35. In the given equation, identify the role played by concentrated sulfuric acid. So here it is written S plus H2SO4, that is 2 H2SO4 has produced 3SO2 plus 2H2O. And the options are number A, dehydrating agent, B, non-volatile, C, oxidizing agent, and D, reducing agent. See the reaction carefully and think about the answer. And the correct option is C, oxidizing agent. Here you can see because of H2SO4, S has been converted into SO2, that means O is added to it, so H2SO4 is behaving like an oxidizing agent. Number 36, corrosive action of sulfuric acid on skin is due to its A, dehydrating character, B, volatile nature, C, exothermic nature, and D, oily nature. And the correct option is A, dehydrating character. Number 37, the general formula of alkene is A, CnH2n plus 2, B, CnH2n plus 1, C, CnH2n, and D, CnH2n minus 2. And the correct option is C, CnH2n. Number 38, the property of carbon to form chains and rings is called option A, catenation, B is polymerization, C is cracking, and D, hydrogenation. And the correct option is A, catenation. Also learn the definitions of these small terms which are very important. They can come for name the following, fill in the blanks, match the following, or simply define the following. In any way they can come. Number 39, two neighbors of homologous series differ by A, CH, B, CH2, C, CH3, D, CH4. That means difference between the two formulas of compounds in the same homologous series. For example, methane and ethane, or ethane and propane. So the correct option is CH2. Number 40, methane is also known as number A, olefin, B, ester, C, marsh gas, D, none of these. And the correct option is C, marsh gas. Number 41, if the molecular formula of an organic compound is C10H18, so it is, what is it that has been asked? A, alkane, B, alkene, C, alkyne, D, not a hydrocarbon. Think about the formula carefully and then select the answer. Correct option will be C, alkyne. See, here you can use the formula of CnH2n minus 2, which is the general formula of alkyne, and Cn, that is N is 10 here because it is written C10H18. So now think about it, Cn, N is 10, and now use N in this formula CnH2n minus 2 and you will get this, H is 18. So that shows that it is alkyne. Now number 42, identify the statement which does not describe the property of alkenes. So in these three are true but one is false and we will have to find out the false one. Number A, they are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Number B, they decolorize bromine water. Number C, they can undergo addition as well as substitution reactions. And D is they undergo combustion with oxygen forming CO2 and H2O. The correct option here will be C, that they can undergo addition as well as substitution reactions. This is about alkenes, and alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons. They cannot undergo substitution reaction. They have extra bonds left, so they can undergo addition only. And all the other three are correct options. Now number 43. Identify the statement that is incorrect about alkanes. Number A, they are saturated hydrocarbons. Number B, they can undergo addition as well as substitution reactions. Number C, there is a single covalent bond between carbon and hydrogen. And option D, on complete combustion they produce CO2 and H2O. Here the incorrect option or the answer will be B, because again this one is false. Alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons, that is correct, and that is why they only undergo substitution reaction, because they are having single covalent bond. So if any one element has to be introduced, so hydrogen has to be removed. So that is why it is only substitution reaction. Now 44, the IUPAC name for dimethyl ether is option A, ethoxymethane, option B, methoxymethane, option C, methoxyethane, and option D, ethoxyethane. Now this is a bit confusing, so take your time and think about it, pause the video and then play again to see the correct option. The correct option will be B, methoxymethane. Number 45, the compound having similar molecular formula but different structural formula are called A, homologous series, B, isomers, C, functional group, and D, hydrocarbons. This is very important and very easy as well. The correct option is B, isomers. Now number 46. The structural formula of 2-butene, remember 2-butene is, and the options here A, you can see the 4 structural formulas given. Look at it clearly after pausing the video and choose the correct one. The correct option will be A, because now see it is butene, that means it is alkyne, so triple bond should be there. So in all these 4 diagrams you can see that number D does not have triple bond, so D is already eliminated. Then it is butene, that means how many carbons? There should be 4 carbons. So option B is also eliminated because it has only 2. Now remaining are A and C. Now think of the number, that is 2-butene, that means second number carbon has triple bond. Now see here 1C, 2C, after 2, that is between 2 and 3, a bond is given in option number A. That is why it will be called that it is linked to, the bond is linked to number 2 carbon. Whereas in option C you can see that the bond is linked between first and second. So it will be considered 1-butene. So that is why option A is 2-butene. Now coming to 47, dash is used for ripening of fruits. Options are A, ester, B, butane, C, ethylene, and D, ethane. And the correct option is C, ethylene or ethene also. Ethene will be the IUPAC name of ethylene. 48. Heating sodium acetate with soda lime produces A, methane, B, ethane, C, ethene, D, ethyne. Think of it carefully. The correct option will be A, methane. Sodium acetate, that is CH3CONA, when it reacts with soda lime, that is NaOH plus CaO, then it will produce methane, that is CH4, and a salt, sodium carbonate Na2CO3 is formed. Now moving on to number 49. The correct IUPAC name for the compound having structural formula this is butane 2-ol, propan 1-ol, butane 1-ol, propan 1-ol. Okay, fine. So now if we carefully look at the structural formula here, how many carbon we can see? 3. That means it is propan something. So A and C are eliminated. Now between B and D, one is propan 1-ol, another one is propan 1-ol. So ol, that means it should be aldehyde with CHO, but we cannot see CHO linked to the last carbon. Whereas in option B, propan 1-ol is the correct option because ol is alcohol where with single bond OH is linked with carbon. So that is linked. So B is the correct option. Now 50th number question is the paraffin from the following organic compound is. So there are 4 organic compounds and we will have to find out the paraffin. If you know what is paraffin. Number A, H2S, CH2 with double bond, B, HCCH with triple bond, C, H3C, CH3 with single bond, and D, CH3OH with single bond. And the correct option is C, H3C, CH3. Why is it paraffin? Paraffin is actually an alkane. And we know that in alkane, the carbon are linked with single bond. So here we can see C and D with single bond. And in D, OH is given, not carbon. That means it is not a hydrocarbon. And we know paraffin, that is alkane, is a hydrocarbon. So obviously only one option is left which is correct, and that is C. So we have done 50 MCQs. All important MCQs from the 3 chapters which are coming in your semester 2 examinations tomorrow. I hope you have scored very well here. Please let me know how much you have scored in this test. That will boost your confidence also. And if you haven't done it properly, don't be disappointed because still some time is left and you can revise the chapters. You can go through the chapters again and polish it further. So all the best for the chemistry exam and do let me know how was your paper. I will see you in the next video very soon. Until then, bye bye, Jai Hind.